জয় গোপী জনবল্লভ গিরিবরধারী জয় গোপী জনবল্লভ श्री श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की ब्रह्ममतो गौड़ीय संप्रदाय आचार्य गुरुवर की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की समावेद गौर भक्त वृंद की all glories to the seven devotees, all glories to the seven devotees, all glories to the seven devotees. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णवेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी स्वास्थ्यदेशसारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरोर्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
हरे कृष्ण। तो आज हमारा बहुत सौभाग्य है, हमारे बीच में है क्रिस सच्चिदानंद प्रभु। तो अभी करेंटली वो टोरंटो कनाडा में रहते हैं। तो कृष्ण भागवत में 1985 में चिकागो में इंट्रोड्यूस हो गए और 1995 में परम पूज्य भक्ति चारू स्वामी महाराज के द्वारा फर्स्ट एंड सेकेंड एडिशन दोनों प्राप्त किए हैं। और इस काल में कई प्रकार की सेवाएं करते हैं, प्रचार में करते हैं, सेवा करते हैं और पुजारी सेवा और हाउस प्रोग्राम वगैरह करते हैं। तो करेंटली वो अलग अलग देशों में जाके प्रचार करते हैं, नॉर्थ अमेरिका में, यूरोप में और भारत के अलग अलग जगह में प्रचार करते हैं। तो श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र में सच्चिदानंद प्रभु का स्वागत करते हैं। एक बार जोर से हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र बोलिए। हरे
कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्णा। So am I speaking in English or Hindi? Okay. Everybody follows English? You have translation in the back for Hindi?
Yes.
Okay.
हरे कृष्ण। ये कोई है यहाँ पर हिंदी इंग्लिश नहीं समझ सकते हैं तो यहाँ पर पीछे हिंदी का ट्रांसलेशन हो रहा है, क्लास इंग्लिश में। हरे कृष्ण।
So first of all, my hundreds and thousands of obeisances unto each one of you. To His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and our Acharyas. Before I start speaking about this most exalted Grantha, Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam, I'm not qualified to speak on such a great Shastra, but somehow or the other, by the mercy of the Vaishnavas and Srila Prabhupada, I will try to speak in such a way that will please Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev, Vaishnavas, assembled Vaishnavas. And if at all you find this pleasing, then it is all Shreya, all glories to Gurudev and Gauranga and Srila Prabhupada. So please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Gauranga. So today's text is from Canto 4, chapter number 18, entitled Prithu Maharaj Milks the Earth Flat. So we will read the verse, the transliteration, and translation and purport. Wise Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. कृत्वा वत्सं सुरगणा इंद्रं सोमं अदूदुहन् हिरण्यमयेन पात्रेण वीर्यं ओजो बलं पयः कृत्वा वत्सं सुरगणा
कृत्वासं सुरगणा इन्द्रं सोम अदुदुहन् हिरण्यमयेन पात्रेण वीर्यं मोजो बलं पया
कृत्वा वत्सं सुरगणा इन्द्रं सोमं मदोदुहन् हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण वीर्यं ओजो बलं पयः
Mataji's
इन्द्रं सोमं अदुदुहन् हिरण्यमयेन पात्रेण वीर्यं मोजो बलं पया
Kritva, making, Vatsam, calf, Sura Ganaha, the demigods, Indram, Indra, king of heaven, Somam, nectar, Adu Duhan, they milked out, Hiranya Mahina, golden, Patrena, with a pot, Viryam, mental power, Ojaha, strength of the senses, Balam, strength of the body, Payaha, milk. Translation and purport by His Divine Krishna Prabhupada Ji Jai. All the demigods made Indra, the king of heaven, into a calf, and from the earth they milked the beverage soma, which is nectar. Thus they became very powerful in mental speculation and bodily and sensual strength. In this verse, the word soma means nectar. Soma is a kind of beverage made in the heavenly planets from the moon to the kingdoms of the demigods in the various higher planetary systems. By drinking the soma beverage, the demigods become more powerful mentally and increase their sensual power and bodily strength. The word Hiranyamaya Patrena indicate that the soma beverage is not an ordinary intoxicating liquor. The demigods would not touch any kind of liquor, nor is soma a kind of a drug. It is a different kind of beverage available in the heavenly planets. Soma is far different from the liquors made from the demoniac people as explained in the next verse. So I will read the translation one more time. All the demigods made Indra, the king of heaven, into a calf, and from the earth they built the beverage soma, which is nectar. Thus they became very powerful in mental speculation and bodily and sensual strength. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aradhyo Bhagwan Vajesh Atmayas Tadham Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasna Vrajavaduvargena Taya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavata Purana Yamalam Prema Kumarko Maha Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Namatetam Nayat Prayagra Paraha Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्ठिकी सवै पुंसां परो धर्मो यतो भक्ति रघुष्यते आयुकी अप्रत्यता येनात्मा सुप्रसिद्धति। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So this is chapter number 18, which is entitled The Prithu Maharaj Builds the Earth Planet. A little bit of recapping of this chapter and perhaps a few important points from the previous chapter, just a little introduction. That way it will give us a good continuity, especially if some of us are not continuously hearing in sequence, so it will kind of help. So, in the previous chapter, Maharaj Prithu becomes angry at Earth planet, and this is a conversation that Sukha Goswami is narrating between Maitreya Rishi and Vidur. The citizens of Prithu Maharaj are suffering from starvation, and the reason for the suffering of starvation is because there is not enough grains, herbs, roots, etc. And the reason that Srimad Bhagavatam states is because Prithu Maharaj's father, Veda, because of his anarchy or because of his evil doings or because of his neglect of Shastric injunctions and the Vedas, it is due to that the entire citizens have to suffer. It is very interesting. Srila Prabhupada has mentioned this in several different places and purports and conversations, that when the leaders of our society are degraded, then the society also degrades. And there is a mass karmic reaction. We see in our personal experience, especially when we see, like recently, a few days ago, there was a very on a high scale, there was an earthquake in Mexico, right? It's a recent news. I think it was on a scale of 8. It's pretty high. And several hundreds of people died. There are tsunamis. There is excessive, what we call as Adi Daivik Klesha. The miseries that have been inflicted by the demigods or the Devi Devtas. And the Adi Daivik Kleshas are all these different categories of earthquake, pestilence, different kinds of overflowing, no grains, no food, what we call in Hindi is dukan, right? Starvation and all these things happen. It is due to the mass karmic reaction as well as the reaction of the leader of that country or that region. Nowadays, yesterday we heard Srila Prabhupada's lecture. Amazing how he compares Yudhishthira Maharaj, Rajrishis, that are and what is the leadership that we find in today's world. That people who are of very less intelligence are choosing people in power. And they have no qualities to actually lead. And they are simply basically, due to their own sense gratification, so-called leaders are filling their pockets. And they don't really care about the citizens nor the country. But that is not the case when it comes to the Raja Rishis that our Vedic heritage has. These were great Chakravartis and they were great emperors, not just kings. A Chakravarti or an emperor is that personality where many different hundreds of kings bow down to them and are subservient to them. So Prithu Maharaj was a great Chakravarti himself. But due to the karmic reaction of his father's evil, the citizens had to suffer immensely. And amazingly, this happens to be in Satya Yuga. Can you believe this? In Satya Yuga, it is said that everything is so-called perfect. So can you imagine the atrocities or the evil activities and not following the Vedic injunctions results in all different kinds of problems. And the citizens obviously had to face that. In the Mahabharata it is said that Prithu Maharaj is actually an incarnation of Vishnu. And Vishnu created the Virajas, and from Viraja the son Kirtimata, and then Kirtimata's son Kardamuni, and Kardammuni's son Ananga, and Ananga's son Atibala, and from Atibala came King Veda, the father of Prithu Maharaj. And of course, due to his neglect of the Vedic injunctions, he was actually cursed and killed by the Rishis because he had become such a big problem. If the leaders are good, then they can be good examples for the entire society. There's a nice verse in the Bhagavad Gita. What is that verse? Yad Shrestha Tattat. If the leaders are Shrestha, they are good, then the rest of the subjects or the people, the common people will follow. But if the king is evil or the leader is evil and is not following the Vedic injunctions, because Vedic injunctions means what? Dharma tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. What is dharma? Dharma means it is following the orders, law and orders of Krishna. Dharma tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. Or it is also known as the word of God. And how many leaders today are following that? Hardly any, I would say. So-called, maybe some of them, they may be on a Sattvic platform, but that is limited to that. When Srila Prabhupada met His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, on number 1 Ultradanka Street in Kolkata, that was his first visit when his friend took him there. And Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada was giving a nice pravachan on a terrace in that building. And Abhay Babu at that time, our Prabhupada was known as Abhay Babu, when he entered and when he sat down, Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada glanced at him and said that you seem to be a very educated person. You should preach Gauranga Mahaprabhu's Vani. And then, just as we have in our lectures, question answers. So similarly, Abhay Babu reacted in a humble way. He told this Swamiji, that Swamiji, who is going to listen to our message of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Vani? Who is going to listen? Right now we are slaves under the British Raj. We are slaves under the British Raj. Our first and foremost duty is to free our country. And Abhay Babu at that time was a freedom fighter. He was a Gandhiwad, following Gandhiji. As a matter of fact, he had even followed Gandhiji so strictly that he had also done what is known as Satyagraha, given up everything that is English, including his degree that the Scottish Churches College had endowed upon him, his graduation. So, when Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada heard this argument, he said an amazing thing. He said that politics will not change, politicians will change. What is the guarantee today, India, if you free India, in 200 years, 300 years, maybe India can become a slave again under somebody else. And as we see from our practical experience, Saddam Hussein a few years ago had attacked Kuwait. So he had become the ruler of Kuwait. After that, United States and the other allied forces kicked out Saddam Hussein, and then again Kuwait became free. So like that, there are so many annexations in history that are happening, even in the history of India. The Mughals came, the British came, and it will continue like that. So we are talking about not that kind of freedom. The freedom that we are talking about, Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada said, is the freedom of the soul. I'm talking about the freedom of soul. We are forced to die. We are forced to take birth. We are forced to get old. And we are forced to get disease. Are we free from these conditions of Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi? That is the kind of freedom that I am talking about. These freedoms that we are talking about are temporary in nature. So most of these politicians, etc., they are all concentrating on this kind of platform. But what our Gaudiya Acharyas are talking about is freedom beyond all kinds of isms, even beyond nationalism. And if you want to be a national, then let us be a national of Golok Vrindavan. We have our own national anthem, not Jana Gana Mana. I like to call this the 56th verse of the Brahma Samhita, Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataro Druma Bhumis Chintamani Ganamai Toyam Amruta Katha Ganam Natyam Gamana Picha Vamshi Priya Saki Chidananda. So like that, describing what does the national anthem describe? National anthem describes the qualities of the country. And our country, our home is Golok. That is our national anthem. That is our goal. So, anyways, due to these atrocities, his evil and not going, the rishis had cursed him, and he was finished. Now, from the body, the rishis churned the body of Vena, and out came out a very dark-colored dwarf, and that represented the evil within King Vena. And as soon as all the evil came out, they continued churning his body, and from his right arm came out Prithu Maharaj. That is why Prithu Maharaj was not born from the union normal, like from a man and a woman. That is why he is called as a Joni. He did not come out from a womb of a mother. So one of the names is known as a Joni. And he had symptoms that he is a partial part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, in the sense as an incarnation, because his bodily symptoms showed that he had chakra, etc. And also he was, it is said that in Bharatvarsh he was the first coronated Chakravarti. He was the first one. So the citizens asked the Chakravarti, and that is the right of the citizen for protection. Today, when citizens complain, they write letters to the Prime Minister's office or in different countries, President's office. Nobody gets a reply. Sometimes you have to break your heads on the doors of even common municipality offices to get some work done, which is your right being a citizen of that particular city or a country. But everything has heavy red tape. Nothing can be done without bribery. Nothing cannot be done without hypocrisy. Nothing can be done without greasing the palms of the authorities on things that are so simple as your rights as a citizen. So the citizens of Prithu Maharaj went and complained that look at us, we are starving. We're down to bones. We don't have anything to eat. Mother Earth has stopped supplying us grains and fruits and herbs and roots. Now, we are your praja. And praja means protection. Prabhupada also, one little point that I would like to bring that Prabhupada brings, especially those who are meat eaters. There are different faiths like Christians, etc. Even the Islamic faith people, they eat meat. But the injunction, people of Islam, they believe in the Old Testament. And so do the Christians. In the Old Testament, in the beginning of creation, God said to Adam and Eve that you can live in this Garden of Eden in paradise, and you have dominion of everything that is there, including the birds, fruits, flowers, animals, etc. So Prabhupada explains what does dominion mean. Dominion means protection. It is like if somebody is the Prime Minister or President of a country, and just because he feels like saying, okay, you know what? You look so nice. Bring him to the Bawarchi Khana, cut him up and let's eat him. Is that right? Although you are ruling over everyone. But that is not right. The right thing is you have to protect the citizens. Protection of the citizens is the most important thing. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Pitanasya, Jananinasya, Father is not a father, a mother is not a mother, a husband is not a husband, a king is not a king, a guru is not a guru. If that personality cannot give you Krishna consciousness, bhakti, or cannot take you back home to God, or cannot stop you from this cycle of samsara, birth and death. So kings also have a responsibility. That is why they were known as Raja Rishis. Although they were endowed with so much opulence, they were endowed with so much wealth, kirti, etc., but they never were proud. They were always thinking that they were the servants of Krishna. And that's how they exactly behaved. Will somebody close this door? Thank you, Guru. So the citizen asked Prithu Maharaj, and Prithu Maharaj rightfully listens to them. And we know also one perfect example that I can really think is Lord Ramachandra, who acted as the Maryada Purushottam, the perfect king. When the dhobi or the washerman came and complained, you all know the Leela, he immediately put that to justice and banished Mother Sita. Can you imagine banishing your own wife, although he knew that there's nothing wrong with her? That is justice. So Prithu Maharaj became extremely angry and he took his bow. He's a Kshatriya and he wanted to kill Earth. And as soon as he wanted to kill Earth, Earth took the shape of Mother Cow, thinking that, being a Vaishnava, nobody wants to kill a cow. Killing a cow is the biggest offense. Talking about cow killing. Now in India there's a lot of charcha about making cow the national animal and all this cow killing should stop. There should never have been cow killing. And we know from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so nicely has a conversation with Chand Kazi that cow is a mother. Just because you are hungry, cow and mother give milk. Milk is sustenance. A child, an infant when he's born, you cannot give him dal, rice, chapati or any other food. The child survives just on milk. Milk is completely sufficient to nourish the child. Similarly, when we take milk from the cow and the cow stops giving milk, should we send the cow to the slaughterhouse to get her killed? No. Prabhupada says no. Mahaprabhu says no. You protect. When you grow up, you stop drinking your mother's milk. Does that mean that you kill your mother? Or you don't take care of your mother? No. So that is the conversation Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had with Chand Kazi, and then Chand Kazi understood. And he also immediately made that an injunction, no cow killing anymore, including all the Muslims that were there under him. So, Prithvi taking the shape of a cow, she thought that because of that, King Prithu will be very compassionate and will spare me. But King Prithu did not, because he had a higher duty. Somebody can take the shape of a saint, and if he is doing something evil, then of course he has to be punished by law, by the king himself. So he chased the cow in his chariot and cornered the cow, and then the cow had to surrender to, and he said that, why are you killing me? Even I am your citizen, so you have to protect me. Amazing. But king said, no. You have stopped giving grains, you have stopped giving fruit, you have stopped giving the grass, you have stopped giving all these things. You are a victim and it is my duty to punish you. So then the cow reminds and has wonderful prayers to King Prithu. She says that, my dear King Prithu, I know you are actually an incarnation of Vishnu and you are very compassionate. You remember as a Varahadev, you had lifted me and saved me in the waters of devastation when I had fallen down. So please be kind unto me. And it is not my fault that I have stopped giving grains, etc. Actually what I have done is I have hidden these grains and these herbs in my stomach because of the non-pious people and the evil people. They were actually taking advantage of these without doing the proper yajna, without offering it to you. So basically they were doing this service and they were being a bad example, and this is due to King Vena. That is the reason why I hid all the grains and the roots and everything inside me. So now, my dear king, please hear me. At least hear me before you start shooting your arrows. I beg you. So King Prithu says, okay, what is your proposition? So she says that, in my stomach, these grains and everything is there still. But there it is deteriorating. So why don't you do one thing? You milk me out as per the Shastric injunctions. It's a very good point. We have to behave according to Shastric injunctions. According to Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Not by our own whimsical imagination. Dharmasva tattva nihitam guhyam. Mahajana jena jathasya pantaha. Everybody thinks they know dharma. Everybody thinks that, my way of thinking is correct. Everybody thinks that whatever everybody thinks, all paths lead to the same source or the same destination. No. That jatopat tatopat, Prabhupada strictly, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada and our Acharya strictly opposed. How can you, if you want to go to Delhi and you take a train to Madras, then how will you reach Delhi? So the thing is, we have to, our intelligence, we are nothing in intelligence. Because we are controlled by the three modes of material nature. Tamogun, Sattvagun and Rajogun. We are in control. So what kind of intelligence do we possess? एकाकी आमार नहीं पाए बार हरिनाम संकीर्तन में तुम्ही कृपा करी श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया देव कृष्ण नाम धने कृष्ण से तुम्हार कृष्ण जी के पार तुम्हार शक्ति आचे आमी तो कंगाल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोली ढाई दवा पाचे पाचे Thakur Bhaktivinoda says that आमी तो कंगाल we don't have anything great exalted person great Vaishnava let Thakur Bhaktivinoda say I have nothing but I am after you my dear Vaishnava Acharya my Gurudev you are so pure Krishna se तुम्हार Krishna is yours Krishna Videpad, you can give Krishna. Not some Tom, Dick and Harry, not some person who is simply wearing some tilak and some clothes and with big dadi and with big moustache and just speaking some nonsense. He cannot give you Krishna, he will only cheat you. And 90% you will see that such kind of persons are there. Prabhupada said the cheaters and the cheated. So we have to be very careful. Shastric injunctions, Guru, Sadhu and Shastra is extremely important for our real spiritual progress. If you want to learn chemistry and you want to become a PhD in chemistry, you will go to a chemistry professor. If you want to be a doctor, you will go to persons in a medical school who are doctors teaching medical science. You will not go to a carpenter. So similarly, if you want to learn about your spirituality, who you are, about Atma, about relationship with Bhagwan, then you have to understand it from those personalities who have understood. Jnaninas tattva darshina. Not some any ordinary person. So, the main point here is Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Very, very important. And in Parampara. Evam Parampara Praptam. Even Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, one should understand our Gyan, our knowledge, our Bhakti should come in Parampara. Without injunctions, it's whimsical. And without injunctions, we are only calling with this purely spiritual suicide. We have no knowledge, we have nothing. It is only Kripa that flows. And Kripa only flows to those who surrender. That is the most important point that Krishna even makes in the Bhagavad Gita. And Sarvadharman Paritijya means what? To Krishna means Mamekam Sharanam means Mamekam means to those devotees who are surrendered unto me, you surrender to them first. Then you will definitely come to me. That Mamekam Sharanam Raja is a very, very wonderful, those words, and they are very, very deep in meaning. Of course, that's a different subject matter. So, finally the earth says, Mother, in the form of a cow, please hear me. And she requests that, look, this is the reason, because of your own father, because of the evil, I did this. So what you can do is you can milk me according to the injunctions. And the proposal is as follows. And this is what happened. During the milking process, the cow, before that is one of the reasons actually, I forgot one important point. The word Prithvi or earth comes because of Prithu Maharaj. Because of the surrender and the process, that way she surrendered and the suggestion that she made and King Prithu accepted, it is just like a daughter pleading to the father. So that is the reason from Prithu Maharaj the word Prithvi came. The earth was known as Prithvi from Prithu Maharaj. And the cow says that, please milk me in the proper way. So, Prithu Maharaj recommended first that Swayambhu Muni milk the cow, become the calf, and Swayambhu Manu became a calf and milked the grains and herbs from the cow. So that is what was his consciousness, and that is what and it was a necessity for the citizens. That was the purpose. Then Brihaspati, the guru of the Devatas, he also became a calf and he milked the senses. Then Indra, he also became a calf and he milked the Somras, which is today's verse actually. And the reason and the result of milking Somras was Somras gives you the power for sense gratification, and also it gives you mental power. Now it is a misconception that Somras is some kind of a liquor. Actually, many years ago also I had that misconception. But it is very clear, Prabhupada is saying, as a matter of fact, the pot that holds this Somras is made of gold. And it has a very important thing, Hiranyamayana Patrena, the gold patra. And so demigods always, they are devotees, but they are sakam bhaktas. They always want sense gratification, and they are also on a mental and intellectual platform. They are not on the pure Shuddha Bhakti platform, but they are still devotees of Krishna, helping Krishna in the portfolio of his creation. So according to their consciousness, Indra wanted that. Indra always wants that he gets good, opulence, and he always but he is always looking for all that by taking it from Krishna. Like Krishna says, the Bhagavad Arti Artarni Jnani Jitya Shiksha, 4 types of people come to me. People who want wealth, people who are distressed, people who want knowledge, and people who are inquisitive. So it is good. That is definitely a good thing, going to Krishna and believing in Krishna. That means you are a devotee. That is why they are known as Suras. And one who doesn't believe in Krishna, they are known as Asuras, opposite, demons, Rakshasas. So that is the result that they got, this Somras. And then later on, Prahlad also milked, and it is amazing when Prahlad was acted as a calf, he actually milked liquor, because he was from the demoniac personalities, and that is what the demons wanted. So demons want to enjoy the Tamagun. It is interesting why Prahlad had to do it, but that's what the Bhagavatam says. And then the Gandharvas, according to their consciousness, when they became, Vishwavashu became their representative, and he became a calf, and they milked what they call is the musical arts, the beauty, etc. So this is according